Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, wherever you are in the world watching this. It's lovely to be with you again. My name is Helenique, and we're talking about the leading edge in business. Now, some of you might know my history, some may not. I'll tell you a bit more about me in a minute. But first, I want to just introduce you to this idea of having a look at what makes you actually unique. How can you solve a problem in the market in a unique way? This is the first place you begin in order to have a leading edge in the market. Studying the market, however, is always important, always relevant, because you really do need to know what are the problems out there and how are other companies, other coaches, consultants, service industries, products solving these problems. For example, if you need to design a car and you don't have the expertise for that, you can always hire people to do it, but you need to first know if you are the person that should be designing that car, supervising the design of it. And really, one way to figure that out is to know very, very clearly what makes you unique. Now, when you are in touch with yourself and you know yourself well, you will begin to find out really what moves you and what calls you forward. Only when you know that are you really able to find out what makes you uniquely suited to being the supervisor of designing that car, whether you are the one who wants to go and learn the design on how to design the car itself, and or whether you want to be the person who sells it, markets it, and or promotes it to other people. So it's really important to know who you are if you want to have a leading edge in business. You need to be able to also be innovative and creative. This is another tip I want to give you. Learning how to think outside the box, even better, living without a box whatsoever, and learning how to be on the edge of evolution is really born from this creative power and creative spirit that we can all learn to cultivate inside of us. Some people are born visionary, creative, and innovative in their own right, but most of us have to learn how to do that. And this is really the definition of being entrepreneurial. It's learning how to be on the edge, leading at the edge where you can actually come up with new innovative ways of solving problems and you can actually design them in an interesting and creative way. When you look at Apple, you'll see a brilliant way that that happened, where we have these standard PC products, standard laptops. Everyone was designing the same kind of thing until Apple came along and really took the leading edge and said, hey guys, we're going to design something that is exclusively about design. And once you've worked with these products, you'll see it's quite hard to just go back to a normal PC, right? So they really changed the way of thinking around working on computer technology. So it's design thinking that they teach us. And this is an innovative, creative example then of what I'm talking about. Another thing that you need to do to be at the leading edge of business is to be someone who's a little bit a step ahead of the game. And I have a great word for you for that. I call it perspicacious. It's someone who has insight into what could be coming next, someone who looks a little bit ahead. So race car drivers who are, Formula One drivers, for example, were researched and studied for long periods of time. And what they found was that people that win the race in Formula One racing are the ones who are looking furthest ahead. What does that tell you? The furthest ahead that you can think, the furthest ahead that you have your eye is actually your cutting edge benefit because it makes you somebody that others need to be watching. So when you are perspicacious like this, where you're insightful, where you're forward thinking, you already are looking at what can be done next, what is innovative, what is the next step in the market. So try not to get too worried about your competition or even put too much attention on what others are doing that's similar to you. Look at what makes you unique so that you can add that to your business. Look at what is making you creative, how you can become more innovative and entrepreneurial, and then look at how can you be looking ahead. What would be coming next in your industry? Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to spending more time with you. Bye bye.